Hello everyone, welcome to today's lesson, and the title is Lost in Translation. Let's move on to language focus. 1번. They were meant to provide information on financial aid, translated into Inuit languages Yupik and Inapika. So use be meant to describe the intended purpose of something. Be meant to. Maybe you've heard this expression before. Meant to. They were meant to. Okay. So, use be meant to describe an intended purpose before. So, be meant to plus a verb, 동사, equals something like before. Another way is to say before. Now, let me give you an example. The pizza is meant to serve 4 people, but I can't eat the whole thing by myself. 그 피자는 4인분인데 나 혼자 다 먹을 수 있어요. So this pizza is meant to be for 4 people. Intended is another way of describing what. So what? 대상, also 목표 are really 으로 삼은 우리도 하는. So that's also a way we could describe it. Okay. So yes, that pizza is intended to serve 4 people, but I can eat the whole thing. That pizza is for, 4 people, but I can eat the whole thing. That pizza is meant to serve 4 people, but I can eat the whole thing. 그 피자는 4인분인데 나 혼자 먹을 수 있어. Or, my joke was meant to make everybody laugh, but it hurt Miguel's feelings. So, 내 농담은 모두를 웃기기 위한 것이었지만 미겔의 기분을 상하게 했다. So it was supposed to be a very light-hearted joke. However, Miguel felt offended. He got hurt. So meant to. Again, these other expressions here, before, intended, would work. My joke was intended to make everybody laugh, but it hurt Miguel's feelings. My joke was to make everybody laugh. You can also just, in this situation, you could probably take that out. My joke was to make everybody laugh, but it hurt Miguel's feelings. Alright, let's move on to 2번. And they had the audacity to accept several $1,000s for their services. Have the audacity to do something. Now, use have the audacity to suggest that something is very inappropriate and that the person doing or saying it should be ashamed, but it is not. So, have the audacity to 뻔스럽게 또 해도. It's quite a negative meaning, right? So if we look here, Mark had the audacity to walk into the meeting 15 minutes late without apologizing. So 마크는 뻔뻔스럽게도 사과도 하지 않고 15분이나 늦게 회장으로 걸어 돌아갔다. So you should never be late for a meeting. Never. Unless there's a very legitimate reason. But if you are late, 사과해야지. You have to apologize. But if someone doesn't apologize and they're late for the meeting, they are seen as very rude. And this is what Mark was like. Okay. Next example, that guy just graduated from college, but he had the audacity to apply for as a CEO for our company. 그 사람은 대학교 갓 졸업했는데 뻔뻔스럽게도 우리 회사의 대표이사로 지원했어요. It is quite audacious to do that. Now, let's move on to the language focus quiz. 1번. Is meant to help, but some people worry it will harm. Meant to. Intended to. Be for. Be to. Let's have a look. Let's say the vaccine is meant to help. Who's it meant to help? It's meant to help certain illnesses. All right? Help with certain illnesses. But some people worry about that it will harm our lives. Okay? So vaccine은 특정 질병을 돕기 위한 것이지만 어떤 사람들은 그것이 우리의 삶을 해칠 것이라고 걱정한다. So that's why some people don't take the vaccine. 2번. Is meant to be used for This is meant to be used for mixing and not cutting. 이것은 자르는 것이 아니라 섞는 데 사용됩니다. That was the best example I could come up with. I'm sorry. All right, 3번. Have the audacity to. Remember, 뻔뻔스럽게도 뭐뭐 해도. She had the audacity to try to boss me around. 그녀는 뻔뻔스럽게도 나에게 이래라 저래라 했다. 4번. They had the audacity to ask for a pay raise 1 month after they started. 1 month after they started. 그들은 여기서 일하기 시작한 지 한 달 만에 뻔뻔스럽게도 임금 인상을 요구했다. It's only 1 month. Why are they asking for a pay raise? Now let's move on to the further discussion. 1번. What can be done to protect endangered languages such as Yupik or Inupiqa? Do you think it is too late or is there a way to bring them back? Yupik, Inupiaq. How did I pronounce it before? It was very difficult. Inapika. Yupik과 Inupiq와 같은 멸종 위기에 처한 언어들을 보호하기 위해 무엇을 할 수 있나요? 너무 늦었다고 생각하세요? 아니면 그들을 다시 데려올 방법이 있다고 생각하세요? It is very difficult to preserve native languages because of the generations coming up. A long time ago, people didn't travel as much, so there was no need to learn other languages. Now, people are traveling a lot. There's a lot of business between countries. It's more useful to learn a standard language like English, Spanish, Chinese, etc. And for the dialects and in certain endangered languages or even the native languages, they seem to die out because they don't have global use. So it definitely should be preserved, but it's not something that I imagine will continue to be used on a regular basis. 2번. Do you think there should be some criminal punishment for the fake translations? Or is it enough to just give a refund and apologize? 진짜 번역에 대한 형사 처벌이 있어야 한다고 생각하세요? 아니면 환불하고 사과하는 것으로 충분한가요? Yeah, I think so. It's almost insulting to have a fake translation and then pass it off as a real translation. People can definitely get the wrong idea. And it's, like I said, it's an insult to the people who speak that language. If a translation for something important came through and it was done poorly, or in this situation, it was done in a way that is not even correct, that could be damaging to the culture itself. Criminal punishment, yes, it should be fined, especially if that person is making money from the translation. Yes, an apology or a refund is not enough, in my opinion. Anyway, that wraps it up for today, and we'll see you on the next class.
Inuit.
Inuit.
Endangered.
Endangered.
Nonsensical.
Nonsensical.
Just for show.
Just for show.
Indigenous.
Indigenous.
The buck stops with somebody.
The buck stops with somebody.